Thank you, Mr. Kutash. Now, for 2 minutes, Mrs. Bearder.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Commissioner, the concept and practice of corporate social responsibility has spread rapidly through the business sector during the last decade. Who can object to such basic values? Companies treating their employees well and respecting human rights and the environment. Yet up to now, the link between trade and corporate social responsibility has been tenuous at best. Arguments abound. International trade is governed by agreements between states, but should CSR be a binding commitment to which those undertakings must sign up, or may they comply on a voluntary basis? But European citizens are becoming more aware. So many recent disasters, not least the BP oil spill, have shown the standards and ethics under which our European companies operate abroad must be monitored. Ordinary Europeans are no longer willing to welcome and support an expansion in international trade purely on economic grounds. When trade destroys the natural environment and lowers the living standards of local populations, we say enough is enough. When trade destroys the natural environment and lowers the living standards of local populations, only governments can set standards which ensure those who behave in an ethical and transparent way are not undercut by those who don't. The European Union must encourage businesses to adopt and to report on CSR obligations in all their business activities, both at home and abroad. With this, CSR risks remaining little more than an exercise in public relations for a few multinational companies. I welcome this own initiative report, which calls on the Commission to bring CSR into the heart of the EU's international trade agreements. We must guarantee that respect for sustainable development and labour rights remain equally important in the pursuit of European Union's commercial interests abroad. Thank you.
Vielen Dank, Frau Kollegin Bearder.
Thank you, Mrs. Bearder. Now, for 1 minute, Mr. Inna.
Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you, President. Colleagues, the Commission, in defending free trade, has played its role